Imagine holding a book in your hands that no one can understand. Its language, its purpose, its origin, completely unknown. For over 6 centuries, the Voynich Manuscript has defied all attempts to decipher its bizarre script, leaving scholars, cryptographers, and conspiracy theorists alike bewildered. What secrets does this mysterious book hold? Could it be the key to knowledge lost to time? Or is it an elaborate hoax? In this video, we'll dive deep into the strange and captivating story of the world's most puzzling manuscript, a book that challenges our very understanding of language, art, and human history. Have you ever wondered if the greatest mysteries of our world might still be hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover them? The Voynich Manuscript is one of those mysteries, and today, we're going to explore its cryptic pages and the shocking theories about its origins. Could it be an alien artifact, a forgotten work of alchemy, or perhaps something even more extraordinary? If you're fascinated by puzzles that have defied all explanation and crave answers to some of the world's most perplexing questions, hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling journey. Let's uncover the secrets together. The story of the manuscript's discovery is almost as mysterious as the contents of the book itself. In 1912, Wilfred Voynich found the manuscript among a box of old, discarded books at the Villa Mondragone, a Jesuit monastery near Rome, Italy. The library at the villa housed a variety of old texts, many of which were of limited scholarly value, but Voynich's attention was immediately drawn to a particular manuscript. This book, bound in vellum and showing signs of age, was unlike anything Voynich had ever encountered. The Voynich manuscript is approximately 240 pages long, though some pages are believed to be missing. It's written in an unknown language or code, often referred to as Voynichese. The script flows from left to right and features a combination of letters, symbols, and markings that defy classification into any known linguistic system. The pages are filled with fantastical drawings, strange plants that defy classification, astrological charts that depict celestial configurations unlike any seen before, and naked women bathing in interconnected pools fed by intricate pipes. There are also diagrams resembling maps, but they lack identifiable landmarks. The illustrations suggest a medical, botanical, or astrological purpose, yet no definitive conclusion has ever been reached. Each page seems to hold a fragment of a larger, incomprehensible whole. The theory that the Voynich manuscript is a medieval herbal guide draws inspiration from the wealth of medieval knowledge regarding herbs and plants, particularly in the context of medieval European pharmacology. During this time, monks and herbalists compiled extensive records of medicinal plants and their uses in treating illnesses. The plants depicted in the manuscript are often depicted in bizarre and unfamiliar ways, which could be an artistic choice to conceal their identity, possibly to protect the knowledge from being used by uninitiated or unauthorized individuals. In medieval Europe, herbal knowledge was often passed down through highly specialized books, many of which were encoded in cryptic languages or symbols to prevent common folk from exploiting their power. The manuscript's odd plant illustrations could be early examples of this process. It's also possible that some of the plants illustrated in the manuscript were simply not known to modern botany, either because they were regional or now extinct species, or due to artistic liberties taken by the author in exaggerating their shapes and features. The manuscript also includes several astronomical diagrams, which could be interpreted as instructions for timing plant harvesting or preparing medicinal concoctions according to astrological signs. Medieval herbalists often followed astrological calendars to ensure the potency of plants, aligning their harvest with specific lunar phases or planetary alignments. These subtle astrological motifs embedded in the manuscript's pages may provide a further layer of context for the supposed medicinal knowledge. Some also suggest that the manuscript could be a collaborative work created by an unknown medical institution, possibly a secret guild or a monastic order, with the purpose of preserving and sharing botanical wisdom across generations. However, given the significant discrepancies between the plants depicted in the manuscript and real-world plants, Proponents of this theory must contend with the possibility that either the plants were entirely imaginary or encoded in a way that makes their identification particularly challenging for modern botanists. The theory that the Voynich Manuscript is an alchemical text expands into the intricate, esoteric world of medieval alchemy. Alchemy was a discipline that straddled the line between science, mysticism, and spirituality. Alchemists were interested in transforming base materials into noble metals, such as turning lead into gold, discovering the secrets of immortality, and communicating hidden knowledge about the mysteries of the universe. This theory hinges on the idea that the manuscript is filled with symbolic representations of alchemical processes. The bathing women depicted in the manuscript could represent purification rituals, a common practice in alchemical traditions, where individuals would purify themselves and their substances to rid them of impurities before beginning the transformation process. These women might be symbolic of the transformation of the alchemist, who must undergo a personal purification before transmuting metals or attaining enlightenment. The botanical illustrations could represent the various stages of an alchemical process, where different plants or substances are combined to create a new form or substance. The convoluted pipes and interconnected systems might symbolize the alchemical apparatus used in experiments, such as distillation, sublimation, or the creation of the philosopher's stone. These pipes could even represent the flow of spiritual energy or the elixir of life sought by many alchemists. Many alchemical texts are known to be intentionally cryptic, using symbolic language and strange illustrations to protect the knowledge from prying eyes. It's possible that the Voynich Manuscript was designed to be a kind of handbook for alchemists, containing the hidden wisdom necessary for their mystical work. Some even suggest that the manuscript could be a guide to creating the philosopher's stone, which could grant immortality or infinite wealth. However, the theory faces significant challenges, especially when it comes to reconciling the manuscript's botanical and astronomical illustrations with known alchemical texts. Despite some surface-level similarities, no direct correlation has been found between the illustrations in the Voynich manuscript and any known alchemical processes or symbols. The hoax theory suggests that the Voynich manuscript was deliberately created as a puzzle or a piece of art intended to deceive and intrigue its audience. The theory is based on the idea that the manuscript was designed to be a curiosity, an enigmatic object that would generate wonder and fascination, driving up its value. The author or authors may have sought to create something so bizarre and cryptic that it would attract attention, leading people to believe it held hidden or secret knowledge. One potential motivation for creating such a hoax could be financial. The manuscript could have been sold to wealthy patrons, medieval collectors, or intellectuals who were eager to own rare and mysterious artifacts. The authors might have known that a complex and mysterious object, especially one with obscure symbols and seemingly intelligent design, would be highly desirable for collectors or scholars of the time. This theory also raises the possibility that the manuscript was never meant to be understood by anyone. Perhaps the creators intended it to be a demonstration of their own intellectual prowess, a piece of intellectual mischief designed to baffle and frustrate future generations. If the manuscript was intended as a hoax, then the complexity of its script and illustrations may have been meant to show off the ingenuity of the forger, much like a magician revealing a trick that is never fully understood by the audience. However, despite the plausibility of this theory, there is a major issue: the manuscript's complexity and consistency. If it were a hoax, one would expect the illustrations and text to be haphazard, inconsistent, or superficial in their design. Yet, the Voynich manuscript presents a high level of sophistication and structure. The plant illustrations, for example, are finely detailed and consistent, suggesting that a significant amount of effort was put into their creation. The extraterrestrial origins theory suggests that the manuscript might not be the product of human minds at all. Instead, it proposes that the manuscript contains knowledge that could have come from extraterrestrial beings. This theory builds on the premise that humanity's understanding of the universe, science, and even plants might be limited compared to the knowledge of alien civilizations. The manuscript, with its strange plants and cryptic symbols, could be an artifact left behind by extraterrestrial visitors, possibly encoded in a way that only advanced technology could decipher. Supporters of this theory often point to the manuscript's seemingly unearthly plant illustrations and astronomical diagrams, which appear unfamiliar and complex. The theory suggests that these depictions are too advanced for medieval humanity to have created on their own. The illustrations might represent alien plant species, life forms not known to Earth, while the strange astronomical symbols might point to constellations or celestial events far beyond Earth's current knowledge. Additionally, some proponents of this theory argue that the manuscript could contain knowledge of technology or energy systems far beyond what was available to humans in the 15th century. The manuscript might be a form of communication or a record of an encounter with extraterrestrial beings, encoded in a way that is difficult for humans to interpret due to the limits of our own understanding. The extraterrestrial theory, though fascinating, lacks substantial evidence to back it up. There are no known alien artifacts or messages that directly resemble the Voynich Manuscript, and many of the illustrations that appear strange might simply be the result of medieval artists' attempts to represent unknown or unusual plants and celestial phenomena. The unknown civilization theory proposes that the manuscript might be the work of a long-lost or forgotten civilization, one whose knowledge has not survived in any other form. The idea is that the Voynich Manuscript could contain the remnants of an ancient culture, a people who had an advanced understanding of botany, astronomy, and possibly even alchemy. This theory builds on the idea that history has seen the rise and fall of numerous civilizations, many of which have left behind no trace of their existence. Proponents of this theory argue that the strange plants depicted in the manuscript may not belong to any known species but might have been common to an ancient civilization now lost to history. The unusual astronomical diagrams could be representations of a star system, planet, or celestial event that was understood by this lost civilization but has since been forgotten. The problem with this theory is the lack of physical evidence for such a civilization. Despite the manuscript's oddities, there are no archaeological findings, cultural artifacts, or other documents that support the existence of this advanced, forgotten society. The manuscript's complexity also raises questions about its authenticity as the work of an ancient civilization, especially given the medieval context of its creation. The encoded knowledge theory is one of the most widely discussed interpretations of the Voynich manuscript. It suggests that the manuscript was deliberately constructed to hide valuable or forbidden knowledge, with its cryptic text and bizarre illustrations acting as a protective shield against outsiders. In this context, the manuscript's purpose is not simply to communicate but to conceal certain secrets, perhaps information about ancient technologies, spiritual practices, or alchemical formulas. This theory is compelling because it aligns with historical precedents of encoded texts used by secret societies, intellectuals, and alchemists. For example, alchemical texts often employed symbols and ciphers to hide their true meanings from the uninitiated. Similarly, many religious texts throughout history have been encoded to preserve sacred knowledge from those deemed unworthy of understanding it. The cryptic symbols and the structure of the text may be a sophisticated form of code, perhaps a cipher that requires a key or a set of instructions to decipher. Some have proposed that the symbols in the manuscript may correspond to astrological signs, elements of the tarot, or a variant of an ancient language that has since been lost. The manuscript's peculiar structure could be a means of protecting this encoded knowledge, ensuring that only those with the right tools, knowledge, or wisdom could unlock its secrets. The challenge with this theory is the sheer complexity of deciphering the manuscript. Despite decades of efforts by cryptographers and linguists, no one has been able to break the code definitively, and many ciphers that have been proposed do not hold up under scrutiny. The idea that this is a sophisticated encoding technique is plausible but remains speculative due to the lack of a consistent key to unlock the language. One of the more interesting theories is that the Voynich manuscript is the work of a brilliant, possibly eccentric genius who invented an entirely new language and set of illustrations as part of a unique intellectual exercise. This theory suggests that the manuscript may not be the product of a long-lost civilization or group, but the personal creation of an individual who sought to express complex ideas through a completely original system. It's possible that the author was someone like a polymath of the period, perhaps a scholar or philosopher, who sought to create a personal codex for their own thoughts, inventions, or artistic vision. The idea behind this theory is that the manuscript might contain insights into areas like philosophy, science, or mathematics that were far ahead of its time, and the creator encoded this knowledge to protect it from being misinterpreted or stolen by others. Some proponents of this theory suggest that the unknown language could have been an elaborate cipher developed by the author, possibly based on a known linguistic structure, but altered enough to keep the contents safe from outsiders. This theory holds that the manuscript might not have been created with the intent of communicating knowledge to a larger group, but rather was an intellectual puzzle for the author's own amusement or to create a lasting legacy. The bizarre plant illustrations and astronomical symbols might simply be representations of the creator's own understanding of nature, the universe, or even their own artistic imagination. The peculiarities of the manuscript could then be attributed to the author's desire to create something entirely novel and incomprehensible to others. Many geniuses throughout history, like Leonardo da Vinci, created works that only made sense after years of study. However, the complexity and length of the manuscript, along with the effort involved in creating the artwork and the script, would imply a level of obsession or personal importance that's difficult to reconcile with the idea of it being merely a personal project. Further complicating this theory is the absence of any direct evidence linking it to any known historical genius or intellectual figure. Another possible theory is the Voynich Manuscript contains a hidden scientific or mathematical formula has gained traction, especially given the appearance of certain illustrations that seem to reference natural laws, mathematical patterns, or even geometry. The manuscript's intricate diagrams, with their repetitive patterns and complex structures, could suggest that the manuscript was intended to encode some form of advanced mathematical or scientific knowledge, possibly related to early ideas in chemistry, botany, or even physics. Supporters of this theory argue that the manuscript's author could have been working on a cryptic record of their scientific experiments, attempting to encode their findings in a way that would be difficult for others to comprehend. This could be especially true if the manuscript was created by someone in the scientific or alchemical communities, who may have been familiar with secret or private methods of recording their work. The theory posits that the plants and astronomical diagrams are actually symbols for different chemical or biological processes, or perhaps representations of different physical phenomena. The unusual plants could symbolize chemical compounds or principles of biology, while the diagrams could represent scientific experiments or models of celestial mechanics, which were common topics for scholars and alchemists during the Renaissance. However, the idea that the manuscript is a record of a scientific formula faces significant challenges. While there are some similarities between the manuscript's diagrams and known scientific or mathematical illustrations, they don't appear to be immediately recognizable as any specific formula or equation. The complexity of the text and its apparent lack of any discernible pattern in terms of mathematical or scientific language also casts doubt on this theory. Another possible theory is that the Voynich Manuscript is simply a medieval art project or a prank, a piece of artwork or intellectual humor designed to puzzle or amuse its audience. This idea rests on the possibility that the manuscript's creator was someone who wanted to create a work of such elaborate complexity and mystery that it would drive people to obsession for centuries. Perhaps the manuscript was created as a form of intellectual play, a challenge to scholars or collectors of the time, or as a commentary on the nature of knowledge itself. This theory is supported by the idea that the manuscript's intricate illustrations and strange, unreadable text might have been designed solely for the purpose of provoking wonder and confusion, with no deeper meaning or hidden secrets. Proponents of this theory suggest that the creator might have intentionally obscured any real meaning within the manuscript, using complex artistic techniques to make the work appear mysterious and important. By incorporating bizarre illustrations and an indecipherable script, the author could have created an artifact that would perpetuate intrigue and fascination, leading future generations to attempt to decode it. Another possible theory is that the Voynich Manuscript could be a religious or philosophical treatise, either from a specific tradition or a new, unique school of thought. The manuscript might contain teachings or spiritual knowledge that were encoded in a way to make them difficult to access, either for personal reasons or as part of a larger philosophical project. In this interpretation, the manuscript could represent the work of an author attempting to convey complex, abstract ideas about the nature of existence, consciousness, or spirituality through the use of symbols and cryptic language. The botanical imagery might represent different stages of human experience or aspects of the natural world, while the astrological diagrams might be an attempt to relate these ideas to the cosmic order. Some proponents of this theory speculate that the manuscript might have been a kind of meditation or allegory, with each page serving as a reflection on deeper philosophical or spiritual questions. For example, the bathing women might symbolize purification or spiritual transformation, while the odd plant life could symbolize different aspects of the universe or human nature. The idea of using a cryptic code to obscure the true meaning of these spiritual teachings might have been part of a deliberate effort to protect these ideas from misunderstanding or misuse. Despite its potential philosophical undertones, this theory is difficult to substantiate, as there is no clear connection between the manuscript's illustrations and known religious or philosophical traditions. The symbolism remains too ambiguous and obscure to confirm this theory definitively. The Voynich Manuscript has inspired countless works of fiction, from novels to films. Its mystique has made it a symbol of the unknown and a testament to humanity's insatiable curiosity. It's a reminder that even in the age of technology, some mysteries endure. Artists and writers have drawn inspiration from its strange imagery, using it as a springboard for stories about hidden knowledge, ancient secrets, and the boundaries of human understanding. It has also become a subject of fascination for amateur sleuths and hobbyist cryptographers who hope to be the one to finally solve its riddle. In recent years, digital scans of the manuscript have allowed scholars worldwide to study it in detail. While some claim to have made progress in deciphering it, no consensus has been reached. The manuscript's true purpose and meaning remain elusive. One of the most intriguing modern theories involves the possibility that the manuscript represents an entirely unique form of human expression, a language and system of thought unlike any other. If true, it could be a key to understanding a lost chapter of human creativity. In 2020, a researcher claimed to have identified several words in the manuscript linked to botanical terms in ancient languages. While this discovery sparked hope, it also raised questions about whether the manuscript's text could be a complex code combining multiple linguistic systems. Yet even this theory is far from conclusive, adding another twist to the manuscript story. Beyond its content and origins, the Voynich Manuscript raises broader questions about human ingenuity and curiosity. Why would someone create such a work? Was it meant to communicate, conceal, or simply captivate? Could it be a form of art, transcending language to deliver a universal message of wonder and mystery? The manuscript also invites reflection on the nature of knowledge itself. If the Voynich Manuscript is indeed an unsolvable puzzle, what does that say about the limits of human understanding? And if it can be solved, what revelations might it hold? Each possibility is as tantalizing as the mystery itself. The Voynich Manuscript stands as one of history's most enduring puzzles. Is it a genuine repository of forgotten knowledge, an elaborate medieval prank, or something else entirely? Until its secrets are unlocked, it will continue to fascinate and confound, a testament to the power of mystery and the allure of the unknown. As we advance into the future, the manuscript remains a challenge, beckoning us to apply our most advanced tools and deepest curiosity. It reminds us that some questions may never have answers, and perhaps that is part of their magic. In its silence, the Voynich Manuscript speaks volumes about our desire to. As we close the chapter on the mysterious Voynich Manuscript, we're left with more questions than answers. What secrets lie hidden within its pages? Is it a relic of lost knowledge, or just a masterful hoax? While the answers remain elusive, the mystery continues to captivate us, reminding us of the endless curiosity that drives our quest for understanding. If you enjoyed diving into this enigma with us, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. What do you think the Voynich Manuscript truly is? Let us know your theories in the comments below. Until next time, Keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, some mysteries are better left unsolved. See you in the next video.